Hello, everyone. Let me see the sound here. Let me see 1 second here. Let's double check the sound. Okay, that's perfect. Hello, everyone. This is Richard Maok, Riaño, Botina, also known on social media, radio, and TV as hackerFiscalia. I am broadcasting from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. At this moment, it is 4:14 in the afternoon in Vancouver. That means 6:14 in the afternoon in Colombia. Attention. Colombia is in an emergency for reasons of national security. State institutions are still infiltrated by narco-paramilitaries, such as the National Protection Unit, where they transport cocaine in armored vehicles, and the director has to have bodyguards inside the same office to protect himself from his co-workers. The Colombian Attorney General's office, headed by the Attorney General Francisco Barbosa, is also associated with drug trafficking and has allowed the murder of 2 people who should be alive to give their important testimony against the powerful. They are Luis Horacio Escobar Saldarriaga, also known as the Invisible Octopus, who promised to denounce his partner in drug trafficking, former President Álvaro Uribe Vélez, if he were to be prosecuted. He was killed with 2 shots to the back of the head and 1 to the head. Before being murdered, I called Deputy Prosecutor Marta Mancera, to whom I gave Luis Horacio Escobar Saldarriaga's cell phone, so that she, through the prosecutor's office, could initiate an investigation, and her subsequent capture, but the prosecutor's office never investigated. Likewise, Claudio Silva Otálora, a partner of the kingpin Julio Lozano Pirateque, was assassinated with a rifle. A few days after, I filed a report against him to the Attorney General's office, along with other people, in a 62-page document as an attachment to the case about Álvaro Uribe Vélez, who sent 10 tons of cocaine to the Chapo Guzman. Let's remember that Julio Lozano Pirateque was the financier of the cocaine laboratory that Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE found on Fernando San Clemente Alzate's farm. On the other hand, it was us, with our investigative teams, who made Dairo Antonio Usuga David alias Otoniel surrender to justice, which caused a drop in cocaine shipments and the capture of his other associates. Due to our investigative work and my dedication to transnational criminal investigation from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, for over 21 years, the sources that had access to the Otoniel's coordinates contacted me exclusively and trust me to present the evidence instead of going to the corrupt Attorney General's office, National Police, or Army from Colombia. What is the problem? The problem is that the sources do not believe in the narco-paramilitary state. That is, they do not believe in the failed state. The sources, after seeing my career for 23 years, decide to trust me to start the process of delivering the evidence. What is the challenge? The sources, including the entire family, left the country for safety, and that has involved tickets, rent, food, clothing, logistics, etc. Who is the responsible? The state, the Colombian state, should assume the cost of the sources that help in matters of national security, but it does not, because it is still a failed state narco-paramilitary. The solution is to collect money through a fundraising company called Baki to help these sources to continue safe and publish the Otoniel's audios, once I managed to travel to collect them. In the same way, the publication of the Otoniel's coordinates was done, which sent to jail the following people: Ovidio Guzman, son of Chapo Guzman; Antonio Oseguera Cervantes, brother of the top leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel; Mateo Messina Denaro, a kingpin of Italian drug trafficking industry who was hidden for more than 30 years; In addition, the Otoniel's coordinates allow the Colombian police the search of 22 properties valued at 100 billion pesos, about 22.5 US dollars. Rewards. I have not yet received a reward from the Colombian police, which would help a lot to reinvest them in the rescue of the Otoniel's audios. I have been waiting since December 2nd, 2022, when I wrote an email to the police with those coordinates. New challenge. To access the Otoniel's audios, I have to travel to a specific coordinate outside of Canada and outside Colombia. The current circumstances. Donations in Baki, that means in the Colombian fundraising company, have dropped a lot because the Uribistas, the Uribe's political party, are carrying out a strong smear campaign against me, calling me a scammer on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to prevent these resources from coming together and thus avoid another hard blow to the Colombian narco state. The reactions. Some users, especially in social media networks, still say, post first and then you get paid. I can publish because I don't have the audios, because the urgent activity is to travel, to go to pick up those audios, and there are no resources. Because there is not only traveling, but everything that involves protecting sources in another country. Tickets, airplane tickets, rent, clothes, food, and logistical issues, among other issues. In addition, it is not true that people pay later, because when I published the Otoniel's coordinates that generated a personal debt of 14,000 US dollars, that is 65 million Colombian pesos, and even that Baki, that means the fundraising company, has not been completed. I still owe that money in Canada to the friends who lent to me. Donations barely go to 9% of the total. You wanna go and check that fact, you can go to the following address that is called baki.co/OE2DEUDAS. All this operation cost 113 million pesos, and it was also completed by 2 fundraisings where they did donate, and 100% was exceeded. The Baki number one, that means the fundraising number one, achieved 107% and was collected 5,354 US dollars. The web address of that fundraising, so you guys can check, is the following here. I share with you on the chat. The second is the Baki number 2. That means the fundraising number 2. I achieved 103%. We collect 6,179 US dollars. And the following link go to that fundraising. Emergencies. If the state of Gustavo Petro, the President Gustavo Petro, had support this investigation, we would not have had emergencies, but we do have them due to everything that delays in any project, in any project entail. The coup d'etat. The government of Gustavo Petro is about to have a coup. And one of the solutions is to listen to the Otoniel's audios to find out who is talking in the previous government of Iván Duque, senior military commanders and businessmen, and those prosecuted the heads of the narco state to those bosses of invisible bosses. But President Gustavo Petro and the National Intelligence Directorate don't want to. Do you see the problem? That is why it is important to donate to rescue the Otoniel's audios here in bmbaki.co/OE4 or paypal.me/hackerFiscalia. I will attach right now this link so you guys can have a look. That one, okay. I had a job in Canada, and I don't need money personally. All the money collected is destined destined to help the sources to be safe and to cover the operating cost. From my own resources or debts, I have donated 65 million pesos, which I need to recover. But I am asking, is that the government appropriate I'm asking that the government appropriate his responsibilities and avoid the coup by helping to rescue the Otoniel's audios and granting resources to protect the lives of the sources, and also to cover the travelers' expenses to go and collect those 3 micro SD card memories containing the Otoniel's audios. Gustavo Petro's government has been relaxed, but they have not realized the great danger they are running and the great danger Colombians have living in Colombia. How is possible the links between Otoniel and former President Álvaro Uribe Vélez, former President Iván Duque, and the former General Commander of the military forces? Otoniel has assigned to them specific coordinates within the secret micro SD card memories, and that's really serious. There cannot be total peace in Colombia only with the disarmament of the AGC, FARC, or the ELN, if the main head of the drug trafficking in Colombia, Álvaro Uribe Vélez, remain at large. Please don't forget to like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye.